Where you are in your life is only temporary. God told me to tell you, God sent me to tell you not to get stuck there. Don't get stuck by thinking that this is all that God has for you. This is all that He sees for you. Don't get stuck wherever you are, because God has so much better. God has so much greater for you. God wants to take you higher. God wants to prosper you daily. He wants to increase you daily. Where you are in life is only temporary. And I want you to understand something. I want you to look at me. I want you to look into my eyes as I tell you this. I don't even care if you got something. If you've been doing okay. I don't care if you just got a promotion. I don't care if you just got a little bit of help and you feel like you're comfortable where you are. God is still going to increase you. And I want you to understand something. I don't care if you got to start from rock bottom. If you're watching this video has no job, this has no life position, no class position. You could be middle class watching this. You could be high class watching this. You could be in the lower class watching this. But wherever you are watching this, God told me to tell you that your increase is coming. It's knocking on your door. You're not going to stay where you are. And if you're starting out with a little less than, if you're starting out with a little with a little less than, and people got a little bit more than you, trust and believe that God is gonna elevate you. But God told me to tell you, He sent me to tell you that where you are, don't you get stuck, don't you get comfortable. See, sometimes when we don't have so much, we get stuck in that. We start hating God. We start thinking that this is punishment. But God told me to tell you that that's how you get stuck. That's how the enemy keeps you stuck. Sometimes when we doing well in life, when we doing better than our worst days, because we ain't even where we want to be at all, but we doing better than our worst days, sometimes we get comfortable there. After you just had to fight through the storm, sometimes you get comfortable there. You get comfortable with being a little more better off. But God said, don't you get stuck there. Let me tell you something. Before I had a bed, I had to sleep on the floor for years. And when I got a bed, right? When I did have a bed and I was living at my mother's house and I was living with my mom, I was living at home with my mother and I was a child and I had a bed. I never made my bed. I never made it. But when I became an adult and I had to go through hardships, wound up losing my mom. Didn't have nowhere to run back to if I got off my feet. So I had to walk this thing out alone, right? Couldn't afford a bed. Those meant I spent nights sleeping on the floor. Months that nobody knew about. Months that you knew about. Months that you didn't. Right? But when I finally got a bed, it wasn't the best bed, it wasn't the biggest bed, it ain't the most comfortable bed. The mattress ain't memory foam. But can I tell you something? I wake up and I make that bed every single day. You want to know why? Because I appreciate what God gave me. And I don't know how long I have in that bed. Because I appreciate it. But I'm not comfortable. Because I know what God has for me. And I want somebody to understand something. When God gives you things in life, when He elevates you, don't go back to your old ways. Take care of the car. Take care of the apartment. Take care of the relationship. Love him the right way. Love her the right way. Take care of what God gives you. If you're working for somebody, take care of that property, that business like it's yours, and God will give you your own. But as you're taking little steps, see, I had to learn how to crawl before I was walking. Those days I had to sleep on the floor that was crawling. And then I started walking. Sometimes I went back to crawling. Because there's always new things to learn. There's always new things to be introduced to. There's always new doors that will open up. Trust me. I done been through the mud, but I never gave up on God. I learned how to crawl, and I learned how to walk. And I'm not even trying to go from walking to running anymore. Teach me how to jog. Teach me how to speed walk. Teach me how to walk at a slow pace, and then I'll increase it. See, I don't know who's watching this, but God told me to tell you that. You trying to go from walking to running. And when this new door opens up, it may not be the biggest thing. You may only got $100 more in your bank account than yesterday. But watch over that money. Steward over the thing. Whatever it is that God gives you, take proper care of it. Every pair of new shoes you get. Every shirt God puts on your back. Because the more you steward over things that the Lord gives us, the more he increases you, because he sees that you're grateful. When you're grateful for something, you take care of it. Because you appreciate that somebody took the time to bless you. So I don't know who's watching this. Don't you get stuck. You know what can get you stuck? You know what can keep you stuck? Chosen ones. What can keep you stuck is thinking God don't got a plan or a vision or a mission for you. It's thinking that God doesn't have a present for you. Now, we all know Christmas is to celebrate Jesus. Some of us, we celebrate Christmas. Some of us, we don't. But just hear me out. I'm not using it for one of those things. Just hear the analogy, the example that I'm about to make. Imagine a house full of gifts, trees, presents under that Christmas tree. And imagine every kid gets a gift, and you just one of those kids, or you take yourself back. No matter what age you are watching this video, take yourself back to being a kid, and everybody's getting gifts. And even if you didn't have a family, just imagine you did. Imagine you was in a house, over somebody's house, and you're sitting on Christmas Day, and everybody's getting gifts. See this big old tree packed with gifts, and they start to give out the gifts and sit them in front of each children. And because you haven't got handed a gift yet, you don't see that there's a gift actually for you under the tree. Sometimes in life we can see everybody get blessed, but not even knowing that God still got our gift there. I want you to understand something. Don't let your mindset, don't let the devil make you feel like God don't got nothing for you. If you're watching this today, God says it's only temporary. The pain, the heartbreak, where you are in life, it's only temporary. It's only temporary. To much is given, much is required. And those who have will be given more. Trust me. And I don't care, the little bit that you got, God is going to increase it. The lot that you got, God is going to increase it. I don't know where you are in your life watching this. But wherever you are in your life, God is saying that the increase is coming. You're about to receive more. If you got a little bit, you're going to receive more on top of your little. If you got a lot, you're going to receive more on top of your lot. Because he's getting ready to increase you. And where you are in life, whether things are going good or not so good.